Hello, my beautiful friends. All right, you ready for part 2 of our The 100 video? In this part, we will learn how to do the full 100 exercise. And if you haven't watched part 1, please go ahead and do so. And I have changed into my tight yoga pants just so you can see the shape of my body and the shape of my tummy a little bit better. But in all honesty, I do not recommend these types of clothes, tight clothes, for doing Pilates or any sort of exercise. Either be in short shorts where your skin can let out all the stuff that's coming out while you're moving, dead skin cells, toxins, energy. It has to be able to flow away from you, or wear just very loose pants like I wore before. But I looked at the video and I see that you can't really see the tummy there, so I changed into these ones just for now. My top is mesh, so although it's somewhat tight, it's not too tight. It's very breathable and things can easily exit through the tiny little holes. All right, so we are in Shasta, in Panther Meadows, and it's raining a tiny bit for now. It was raining harder before, so I went and I ate a little bit. And eating before exercising is not ideal, but I ate very tiny amount of a salad, so should be good to go. Now, we're going to remember what we did in video 1 and add on to the shape of the 100 and to our knowledge of what we need to do. Also, I've been walking barefoot to ground myself, and I highly recommend, if you're anywhere near nature, to do the same. All right, we're going to start on our backs, and this is the great thing about the 100 is that it is the warm-up exercise. This is the exercise that will warm up your body for the rest of the Pilates mat routine. So you don't need to warm yourself up before this. If you want to do some stretches, but I wouldn't stretch on a cold body. You know, I would do stretches at the very end. So sit nice and tall. You can have your knees bent and bring your hands right around the knees, and then tuck your tailbone under and peel down. Or you can come back up, extend your legs straight, anchor yourself through the back of your leg, really rooted down. Flex your feet. That means that the toes are pointed to you and not pointed away from you. That means flex. This means point. So we're going to flex the feet. We're going to sit nice and tall. We're going to squeeze the glutes together, tuck the tailbone under, and then slowly, slowly, hopefully the legs won't move, we'll peel down onto the ground like this. That's a more advanced way of lowering yourself down for the 100 exercise. All right, let's start with the knees bent to remember what we did in last video, the very simple version of the 100 without the feet. All right, we're going to lift our arms up. Let's start with the arms down by the sides. Our feet firmly planted onto the ground with a fist distance between the knees and between the feet, between the heels. So the legs are nice and parallel to each other. We're going to exhale, close the ribs through the front, which might not happen for you on the first try. This is a thing that you're getting to know, and you're working up to knowing how to close your ribs through the front. So if they're flaring out for now, just keep working on it. That's all. Pull your belly button inwards and upwards to engage your abdominals, and this is the shape of the torso that we're going, of the front of the torso, that we're going to keep through the rest of the exercise. Now, we're going to take a deep inhale in here, lift our arms up, and then exhale, lift our chest all the way past our shoulder blades, the tips of our shoulder blades, and then we're going to slide our shoulders back, lowering the tip of the shoulder blades just down. I'm going to keep my arms really, really low this time, And because for me, I kept them right about here last time, and this way you can actually see my tummy. So the most important thing is to sink the belly button down. Before you master that, I wouldn't lift your legs up, maybe just one at a time. Let's try lifting the legs one at a time and see if you can keep your belly nice and tight. Don't bulge it out and arch your lower back like that, right? We don't want that. We want to stay nice and neutral with the back, maybe imprinted, but the belly button is what's anchoring you down, keeping you neutral in your spine. One leg comes up, the knees bent, and lower it down. The other leg comes up, the knees bent, and lower it down. And repeat. Stay up, and repeat. One last time. And lower everything all the way down. And open your arms to the sides. Turn your head side to side. I know it's tough on the neck. And the beautiful part about this whole thing is that I have not exercised for a very long time. I was very built about a year ago. I was a hardcore Pilates teacher, and then I kind of fell out of touch with my students. And now that I gave myself this long break, I feel like we're exactly on the same page, only I have the knowledge of how to do Pilates, which I'm going to share with you. But body-wise, if you're a beginner, we're probably starting exactly at the same place. Clean slate. My body is not built, my core is weak, so it is very nice because I can connect with you better this way. All right, we're going to do this simple version one more time, and this time we're going to add on to it, but follow me first. Let's repeat what we just did. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up, exhale, lift the chest, shoulders move away from the ears, and then shoulder blades move slightly back. From here, we're sinking the belly button down, closing the ribs through the front, and now lifting our right leg up and lowering it down, lifting our left leg up and lowering it down, and now lifting our right leg back up, keeping it up in the air, and now lifting our left leg up, keeping the tummy sinking down to the ground. Make sure you're not bulging your tummy because that will hurt your lower back. Stay here for a few moments. Now lower your right foot down, plant it, and then left foot down, plant it, and lower down, and release. All right, we're gonna add on to that shape as well. How are you doing? Is this a lot? If this is a lot for your neck and your shoulders, which usually when the core is weak, we tighten up in our neck and shoulders to kind of help ourselves through this weak core phase, then take breaks, lay down, make sure you're turning your head side to side, and please mentally be aware that that is the case, and constantly teach yourself to bring your shoulders down away from the ears, not tensing up your upper trapezius muscle here. All right, let's begin and do it again. We're gonna lift the arms up, exhale, lift the chest, arms lower parallel to the ground, right knee comes up, right foot comes up, left knee comes up, left foot comes up, and from here we're going to tap the toe. Right toe taps the ground and lifts back up. Left toe taps the ground and lifts back up. Let's keep going like this, and all I want you to do is make sure that you are not bulging your belly, that you keep sinking yourself down through your belly button all the way down to the ground. Let's do 4 more. Right foot, lift, left foot, lift, tap the toe, lift, last time, and lift. Hug the knees into your chest, go into a bowl shape, and then lower your upper body down and hang out here. Bring your shoulders back, maybe lift them up to the ears and then drop them down. Turn the head side to side and enjoy yourself for just a moment. We're going to start adding up to the shape. If you are already struggling with this to keep your belly nice and connected, to keep your core engaged throughout this first part, then when I add on to it right now, don't add on to it. Just stick with this. We're going to do the toe taps, right? Stick with the toe taps. Don't add the straight leg on. But I'm going to add a little bit more. We're going to puzzle the full 100 together. All right, arms by the sides, knees are bent, feet are planted on the ground. We're closing the ribs through the front as we inhale and exhale. Let's take an inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, lift the chest, arms parallel to the ground, shoulders move away from the ears. The back is wide though. Lift your left foot off the ground. Hold it, sink yourself, find your balance, lift your left foot. Did I say left and right? No. Okay, right and left, left and right. Sink through the belly button. Now one leg goes straight up, almost at 90 degrees. If you need 90 degrees, you can do 90. Otherwise, just a little bit away from 90 degrees. And then left leg goes straight up. Hold it here. Hold it here. Keep sinking your belly button. Now lower the legs just a tiny bit. Hold it here. Hold it here. Hug the knees into the chest and lower everything all the way down. How did that feel? Did you feel like your lower back was arching off the ground? If you felt that, then do not straighten your legs yet. You're gonna work up to that. We're going to try to keep our back nice and neutral, so not imprinted where we're like pushing it into the ground, which is also good, but for other reasons. We're gonna keep it in its nice neutral position with a little bit of a curve, natural curve, right? Some of us have that natural curve, especially if you have bigger glutes, you will have a bigger curve, bigger space here. And some of us have smaller space, some of us have no space at all, and that's our neutral. But just make sure that you're not arching your lower back like that as you do the exercise. All right, are we going to add on? Let's add on the pumping of the arms. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we're gonna start in our starting position with our knees bent, feet planted on the ground, arms by the sides. Our neck is nice and long. We're going to now inhale, nod the chin, lift the arms, and exhale, lift the chest, as if somebody's pulling you by the sternum, by the string, through the sternum and up. Stay here. Now slowly pull your belly button in. Make sure you're super engaged here. Lift your right foot. Lift your left foot. Straighten your right foot. Straighten your left. Straighten your right leg and left leg, not foot, but keep the feet straight too. Pointed toes. Preferably you can do a Pilates stance here, meaning you can turn out your legs and point the toes, or keep them nice and parallel. And let's pump the arms. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep sinking the belly button down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug the knees into your chest and lower your upper body down to the ground. And plant the feet down and turn the head side to side. To me, right now, this is the hardest on my neck because I haven't done this for so long and my core is non-existent. Well, it exists, but it is definitely not conditioned for this. So my upper body is trying to help me stay in the shape, and my shoulders and my neck are trying to hold the heavy head with lots of brains in it, and it is uncomfortable, but it's going to go away very, very, very soon. However, if you have any issues with your cervical spine, do not do this exercise. And let's do this one more time. This time, for those of us who are super duper adventurous, we are going to lower the legs a little bit down. We will go only as low as we can keep our back neutral. We will not go so low where we'll lose our shape here, where our pelvis tilts forward, our lower back goes into this hyperlordosis, meaning like it bends. And if you notice that happening, bring your legs back up. You can even do the exercise with your legs at 90 degrees. Totally cool too. All right, let's begin. Take a deep breath in. You know what to do. On the exhale, lift up. Bring your right knee up, your left knee up. Set the shape. Extend the legs straight. Lower the legs just a tad, only to where you can still hold your lower back in neutral position and your belly still pulling in and down. And begin to pump the arms. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pull the knees into your chest and lower the upper body down. Let's do some knee circles here. We're going to hold down to the knees with the palms of our hands and just stir the knees, stir the hip, well, the upper leg in the hip socket. One direction and then in the other direction. This should feel nice. And one more time. And plant your feet down to the ground. Extend your legs all the way straight. And now just look at me. So there is another way to start 100, which is the super advanced way. I'm just gonna give you a little snippet of it because I am not in the condition to do a super advanced way, but I want you to know that it exists and just watch, don't do this. So when you are super duper advanced and you already have worked this exercise for a while, your abdominals are strong, your core muscles are strong, which are different than your abdominal muscles, well, part of them, but then you'll be able to lift into your 100 from this position with your legs all the way straight, your arms straight. You're gonna inhale, lift your arms up, and on the exhale, engage and lift the legs. And that would be your super advanced way to start 100. And you can just practice by holding this shape and release if you were doing it with me, even though I told you not to. Now, I will tell you one really cool thing. And this is something that I've learned actually from my client. I had this amazing client who was super pro in Pilates. She comes from somewhere in Russia, and she has this amazing teacher, Masha Pilates. She was training with me because she couldn't find anybody better in LA, and she taught me so much new stuff. I learned from her not to ever do any exercise unless my stomach, my lower belly, and my core is fully engaged. So because she had other issues, she had very other like body things that she was not allowed to do, otherwise her scoliosis and other things like her hip misalignment would get much worse if she would ever do anything without being fully engaged in the core. So she needed precision, and from her I learned not to ever push myself to the point where I'm not moving from the center, and that means lots of very small steps for a very long time. And if you think you need all this body movement, like these giant moves that to build strength, you do not. That girl was so ripped, so beautifully muscular everywhere, and she did the smallest of movements with me to keep the core engaged. She also has had forgive me if I'm getting this word wrong right now. Sometimes I do, but diastasis. Well, that's when your abdominal muscle rips during pregnancy. I have that, and it was very important for her not to ever get it past where it's like you're putting so much weight on your core that your core cannot handle that weight and it bulges out. So I think that it's very important for everyone, not just for anyone who has diastasis or, forgive me if I'm getting that name wrong, I don't know, it's just escaping my mind right now, and I have no way to check while I'm sitting here and the phone is right in front of me. So I think don't put anything heavy on a weak core, because it's not going to do you any good, right? It's just going to lead to pain further down the road, and we want to avoid any discomfort. So let's do small moves, let's do tiny little things every day, and get our bodies to be healthy, strong, not muscular and unhealthy. Okay? All right, I'm going to catch you later. We're going to incorporate our 100 into a Pilates routine where we get to do it consecutively, for maybe 100 times, maybe 90, maybe 80, maybe 70. Let's see what your number is in the next video. I love you, and I am going to ground myself even more now through the ground, and maybe record some more videos for you today. Bye.